Welcome to our monthly interviews, 5 Minutes With. Today we have University Lecturer in Psychology, Sohvi Nuojua. Hello, Sohvi.
Hello.
So, shall we actually just start with your research, your current research and projects?
Yeah, sure thing. So yes, my research is in the field of environmental psychology. And more specifically, I've looked into the ways in which we could potentially use psychology and the science of behavior change to reduce the flow of plastic litter into the environment, and especially into the oceans. So I've looked at mostly consumer behavior. I've focused on how consumers perceive certain products that have relevance to plastic pollution, such as packaging. And then I've also linked this consumer behavior to the human nature connectedness. So we know from previous research and findings that the more connected we feel with the natural environment on a psychological level, the more motivated we might be to protect nature and the natural environment in general. So that's the idea that I've gone with. So I've taken sort of the research focus of examining whether that connection there might motivate us to make more sustainable consumer choices, for example.
Yeah, and so there are clear connections with the program on biodiversity loss and Anthropocenes, so anthropocenic disruptions on the environment. But for the audience, can you make those connections a little bit clearer?
Yes, so we definitely know that plastic pollution is still today a global challenge, and it's affecting virtually every part of the natural sphere in the world. And more people are becoming aware of it, the prevalence of plastic pollution in the oceans, in the environment. And we're also becoming more and more aware of the harms that the plastic that ends up in the marine environment might have on, for example, marine biota, ecosystems more widely. And we also know that that might directly contribute to biodiversity loss as well. So yes, we're definitely still facing a major global challenge of plastic pollution. You could say that we are experiencing a plastic crisis at the moment. So yes, any research that is sort of tapping into those human motivations that might steer us towards more sustainable behavioral choices, then I think there is certainly value in that.
Yes, wonderful. And just again, as a matter of curiosity here, was there a moment in your research that became quite important and relevant for you and your...
I'd say there definitely was a moment. This would be sort of a time period which was the very, very early days of my PhD research. I had just moved to Plymouth. My research that I've done at the University of Plymouth, in the team, we specifically look at marine plastic pollution and litter. So as I arrived in Plymouth, which is also known as the Ocean City of Britain, I was really surprised and not taken aback, but really pleasantly surprised by how people seem to manifest this very strong connection with the natural marine environment, with the coast. And it's something that I just hadn't really witnessed before at all. So people seem to really have this affinity towards the ocean, towards coastal environments. They really gained lots of benefits from being exposed to the coastal environments, recreation. And yeah, so I think that was really a memorable time of my research, because that actually gave me the idea to start looking more closely into this human-ocean relationship. So as I've mentioned about the human nature connection, how important that might be for, human behavior and sustainability, there is actually very little research around the concept of what we later called ocean connectedness. So feeling this psychological connection and community with the oceans, with the marine environment. So yeah, just having witnessed that strong connection that people there seem to really have with the ocean, with the marine environment, I think that gave me the idea of start looking into ocean connectedness more, and how might that perhaps then motivate us to behave in a more sustainable way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your wonderful explanation.
Thanks.
And thanks everyone again for watching us. See you soon.